Hello, my name is Juan Dominguez. I am the R&D Lab Manager in Zero's Oil and Gas, and I will show you the current development for VCI sensor technology. Let's start with the analogy of the car. Would you drive a car without knowing how much gas is in it? It is the same for VCI. So how much VCI do you have left? Is it time to reinject? Is it time to let it go a little further? Can we extend the schedule of reinjection? In order to answer this question, it was nothing out there in the market. So that's why Zero's Oil and Gas, the Research and Development Technology section, was able to come up with this sensor technology.
In this graph, and what the sensor will be able to tell us will be the VCI concentration versus the time. So that means that at any point of the injection, the concentration of the VCI will increase, and then eventually will reach a plateau and then fade out. However, we're able to see and predict how the VCI concentration will behave. Nonetheless, if we have a different level of contaminants, this situation may change. For example, let's be optimistic and think that we have a low level of contaminants than before. Therefore, if we have a low level of contaminants, then the VCI concentration might be higher and last longer. On the other hand, if the contaminants are high, the VCI concentration may be lower and deplete sooner. Therefore, we need to understand when we need to reinject. So following with the analogy of the car, at this point of time, we can divide this period of time of the VCI concentration in 3 steps. The first one when we have the full level of protection, the second one we have medium protection, and finally when it's time to reinject.
When we are injecting corrosion inhibitor, we usually do it in liquid form. When it comes is like this setup, the VCI will come off from the SCI, or soluble corrosion inhibitor. VCI stands for volatile corrosion inhibitor. However, we have a problem with the customer. How do we know how much VCI we have there and how much is protected? Well, we have the sensor technology that we have in-house, which is consistent of the head, in which this head is connected to the main system, in which by diffusion we can get the VCI, and this head got inside a sensor that is collecting data. The data is being read by the data acquisition board and stored here. Now the calibration is complete and we can see that we are measuring the temperature, the humidity level, and the level of VCI. Now it's currently set to 0. So now let's screw this again. We are placing this sensor here. We're screwing this back. We open up the valve and we can see that we have some readings coming out here. So now we see that the concentration of the VCI is increasing. So with that in mind, we can now detect the level of VCI that we have when we inject in the system.